What is up, buds? Welcome to WeeDnD, the Pot Positive Live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your Dungeon Master for the night, Brandon Allen McClanahan, but my buds call me Bam. Holy shit, guys, what a game we had last week. I have been absolutely buzzing. This is 2 weeks in a row now that your boy has just been like buzzing through the whole week. What a fun time was had, honestly. It's just, as a DM, fights like that, where things just get that insane, and we get to bounce around and be crazy and have a good time, but still tell a good story while still having an awesome epic battle with high stakes. It is fucking such a treat. Thank you guys so much for all that you do for this. It is a great joy to get together with these, my favorite human beings in the entire world. Get together, play some Dungeons and Dragons in a lifted space, and man, it's such a treat. So thank you for everything you guys do to help keep this frickin' steam train rolling along. We have been running here for quite a while now, and it's just such a treat. All the people we've met along the way, you know, the new buds, old and new, some of the older guys that have been with us for over 2 years now, and some of the new folks that have just found us. We hope our little community is a nice, happy place for you to be yourself, embrace who you are, and art hard. So thank you guys so much for all you do for us. Honestly, this project, without the other side of it, that being the community that just feeds back to us, and then we feed to you. It's just this beautiful snake eating its own tail. And I just get a fucking kick out of it every single week. So thank you guys so much. All the stuff you do, sharing, commenting, all the posts, the bits, the subscriptions, the endless amount of stuff that we get from you guys that just makes this whole thing worth doing. So thank you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my warm heart. I fucking love the shit out of you. So I do, as far as the show is concerned, we are winding down as the resolution of this first chapter is on our horizon, and with hopes of moving the game into the studio when we move beyond that point. So there will be some big stuff coming up. We've got some tech hurdles we need to handle on our end, but I can't explain how excited. I built this room for this show, and finally, after all that we've been forced to endure over the past couple years and the hard times and just kind of sticking with each other through it, I cannot wait to get these beautiful people at this wonderful table that we also built. We built this table too, and just really freaking blast this bad boy off the way we thought about so long ago. I am so very excited, and I hope you are as well. We will be blowing the doors off this bitch in no time. So, man, with that in mind, I just want to play some fucking D&D. So in order to do that, I got to pass this magical joint here through the fibers of the interwebs to my dear and wonderful friend, Brenna Folger. Hey, Brenna, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing great, fam. What's up, everybody? Brenna Folger here, but you guys know me as a pickles on Wee. And you know what? My favorite character from Cheers is Woody. I fucking love Woody. And I love Cliff, but fuck, I'm going to say Woody. Woody was great. He was a whole temperature change. I do love Coach. He rocked. It's not disparaging to Coach. I just really appreciated the lightness and the levity that Woody brought to the Cheers cast. How about you, Abby? What did you think about Cheers?
I almost feel like you're doing this on purpose. Of course I don't have a favorite character. Is that the one with Ted Danson?
Yes.
Okay, him, because he's hot.
Sam.
Great.
Right now he's a silver fox.
Oh,
Good answer. Good answer.
My gosh.
Good answer.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, moving on. Then I'm just gonna stick my joint, my little fancy lady joint holder. I'm Abby Dandy, better known around these parts as Amaryllis VonCheux. And, but like, also I'm Gary for some reason. And I'm maybe dead. Who knows? What's up, Drew?
Oh, God. What's up, y'all? Drew. Digby Moleeggington the third. I have no fucking clue what's going on. But I'm still surrounded by my best friends. I have plenty of marijuana. And I have the best buds in all of the world. So I'm doing all right. My favorite character from Cheers is fucking Carla. You heard her? You heard what fucking Carla said? She's the best. Rhea Perlman, you are my spirit animal. I'm sorry. I gotta steal that one, guys.
I get it.
As the golden oldie here, I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah.
So happy to be here. Let's fuck shit up. Let's do something Gary. Speaking of it. Oh wait, no, that's Gary. So you are Jake? I don't even know who the fuck you are right now. I haven't kept track. So I'll just say Jake. Jake, best friend. Here, this one's for you.
Oh, I've been known to respond to that name sometimes even more specifically, Jake Taylor. Normally portraying Gary Greenheart, stout halfling paladin. It's still Gary here, but the body is Dickens Tangleface. DTF, because technically I am a short guy in a tall body, so I guess I'm allowed to say that? I don't know, Gus, if that's kosher or not, but sweet, thanks. And Cheers was always on a lot when I was a kid. I never watched it like a whole bunch. I've been to that bar, like where they filmed it. It looks a lot smaller in person, which I feel like a lot of sets do that. You're just like, whoa.
That's true.
Where'd they fit all the fucking cameras? So without knowing, a character offhand, I think Cliff is the mailman, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that mailman.
Yeah.
And you almost said him, so he's still up for grabs. I got you, Cliff.
Cliff Clavin. Oh, yeah.
I think it's just because I like John Ratzenberger. Just that guy's
He's
voice.
the best. He's got such a great voice. It's kind of like yours almost, isn't it?
He's
sort of a little.
Shouldn't he?
It's kind of
You know
close.
his name, but you don't know the character from Cheers.
Right. That's awesome.
That's how I do. But I know you do in multiples of 2, Mr. Blunts Langley. Here you go, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much for the warm introduction, Jake. That's right. I am Gus, 2 Blunts Langley. And typically I'd be playing the clownkin cleric Dickens Tangleface. But right now I am playing your girl Amaryllis VonCheux. And in the spirit of keeping things light and fun, I will tell you my favorite character on Cheers is Vera. She is an invisible woman. She is Norm's wife.
Yep.
Talked about for the entire series, but never seen.
Not once.
As far as I'm concerned, the show is about her. Yeah, looking forward to playing. I'd also like to say Art Hard. I just made that up, so you're welcome.
Nice.
And let's kick this thing off.
That could be something, man.
Oh my God, I stole it from you, just like I stole Art Hard from you, you creative bastard. Oh man. All right. Yeah. No, that's fine. Low blow, Langley. Low blow. All right. No, I came up with Art Hard. Damn it. I'll fight every single one of you, especially you, who says they came up with it first. I do have to say, like, Art Hard's been kind of a personal motto of mine for quite a while. And I was like, man, when did that really start? Like and dude, I'll be getting like Facebook memory. Yeah, that's how old I am. Like, Facebook reminders. About like, I don't know, 14 years ago or something like that, roughly. And there'll be like Art Hard stuff in there. So I'm like, bro, I've been flying that banner for a while now. Despite what some people may say.
No, I do think I just came up with it on this Tuesday night.
It's the name of the channel, Gus. The channel name is Art Studio.
But
No,
he
it was
said
Arthur.
so confidently.
Yeah, it was Arthur until now. Arthur Studios. Yes, Arthur.
Awesome.
Arthur Studios. Yeah.
Trust your Gus.
Trust your Gus.
Trust your Gus. That's what they say.
Ooh.
Okay. Obviously, I have not told you my favorite character from Cheers yet. And there needs to be, I'm sorry, I always addendum whatever I say. It
Right?
gets to me and then I have to slap an addendum. But Fraser Crane.
Yeah.
Not the best character on Cheers, but because of his presence on Cheers, we get the spinoff Frasier, which in my opinion is top 3 sitcoms all time. All time. I'm watching Seinfeld right now, and it literally does not compare to Frasier. Frasier is 1,000 times better than Seinfeld.
Frasier's so
Isn't he
good.
the longest running character on television?
Yeah,
Because
he played the
it's
same
on-
character for 20 years on 2 Emmy award-winning two different shows where he won Emmys for his character. I believe he won an Emmy as Frasier in Cheers as well. But he played the same character, Dr. Fraser Crane, for 20 years. I mean,
And he was
For
sober.
20 years?
He was sober for 4 of them.
yes, for 4 of
What
them.
a good beast.
Man,
too.
that guy, if you ever want to have a nice little sad cry, just go ahead and look into the life of that man. Like, Kelsey Grammer has had a go.
Grammer.
And I can't say he's always handled it the best way. So don't.
He's got weird beliefs. I'll say that. He's got some weird thoughts, that Kelsey Grammer. But you know what? Fraser Crane, Fucking top-notch character.
I'm allowed to love me some. And Niles. Oh, my sideshow Cecil. Sorry, that's a Simpsons joke. Now we're just spiraling down jokes.
Spiraling.
Yeah,
Everything's
salad.
What's a spiral? No, but yes, I have long Frasier. It holds up in my opinion. It is an absolutely brilliant sitcom. And if it wasn't for Frasier Crane, and honestly, Lilith on Cheers, like the way she was on Cheers was so good. I mean, that girl is a slayer, bro. She's one of the most talented actors in a cast of incredible actors. You know, it's but those, man, Abby, go and watch a little Cheers. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, you blow my mind. I didn't know that Frasier was a spinoff.
Yes, Frasier is a spinoff of Cheers.
Cheers is a great watch, like, and all the way through. And I will tell you, it is so wild because you get to watch like television evolve, kind of like in Seinfeld, and then also it's two different shows.
Yes.
Like, that's cool. That's why I like The Sopranos, because it's a very important moment in TV history.
Yes, and Cheers was that. Honestly, Seinfeld was that. I shit on Seinfeld a little bit sometimes, so I apologize. But Seinfeld really much was that. And then the other one, Abby, now that we're just telling Abby to go back and watch things, is fucking MASH. MASH is one of the best written shows.
I love Alan Alda, so like I'm already like a pinky toe in there.
And that is like Alan Alda. It's like quintessential Alan Alda. Changing television, comedy with a heart. Like this, like you can go from like laughing until you cry to crying legit in the same episode. Like the power of some of those shows.
I've heard that before, and like the finale was like one of maybe the first time that like a nation gathered for a television show.
Yeah, there's the legendary thing that when the MASH finale ended, New York's plumbing system collapsed because everybody in New York went to the bathroom at the same time, and so it was so many people.
Wow.
Used the plumbing system at the same time.
The Mario brothers were born.
And then here came the Mario brothers.
Mario.
Mario, and
but yeah, no,
that's
that is
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can this Lighters Up be dedicated to the New York plumbing system?
Yes.
All right.
So we do have a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter, like this one here, and hold the plumbing system of New York in our hearts. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or plumbing systems of a large metropolis on fire. And go, lighters up. That means we get to play D&D now.
Ooh!
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
Oh, man. Oh, the intro. The sweet intro. Oh, all right, guys. Now all I can think about is watching MASH. I know what I'm doing later. Fire it up and fall asleep watching MASH. All right. MASH party. All right, guys. Drew.
I'm sorry.
Did you say something so rude? Thanks.
Drew, I'm trying to run a show here.
Drude.
I kid. All right, guys.
Off right now.
All right. Sorry, guys. I got a little bit of the giggles right now. If you will please allow me to set the druid.
Wow.
What? Aw, this went out. Hold on. I can't be out. We'll get to starting this anytime now, guys. Anytime we're going to be... Drew's holding it in.
Of course I was. Doing it live.
All right. The beauty of live entertainment, my friends.
Yeah, man.
All right. When last we left the helping committee, they stood within a burning circus tent while engaged in a ferocious battle with the Harlequin possessed by Kycenthius. The horn of the Harlequin let out a wild blast of magical energy which body-swapped the souls of the committee into each other's bodies. First, Gary and Dickens fell victim to the attack, and just as they attempted to learn to control these new forms, the magic struck once more, sending Amaryllis into Gary's body and Dickens into Amaryllis's. Thus, this, however, did not stop them from donking that Harlequin BonCheux and shattering the dark magical shield that had protected her. Now, without her protective barrier, she began vicious attacks as she teleported around the room, trying to stave off the group's combined attacks. Giant hammers and puddles of clowns were shot from cannons to wear her down, and Pickles ignited the very circus tent itself, aided by the holy fires cast from within Dickens by the spirit of Gary. As the committee's resolve grew, so too did the ferocity of the attacks unleashed against them, as two great eye beams pierced the chest of Gary Greenheart, sending his body, piloted by Amaryllis, to the floor. All right, guys, we jump back in love. Gary Greenheart, Abby, that's you. You're standing near the center. Oh no, I guess you're at the south side. On the south side, before this giant Harlequin now set ablaze, standing 20 feet tall, her red and black checkered jester's outfit with the hat of the Harlequin and the small red balls that bounce around. Her face, a porcelain mask, sharp features with a tiny hole. Behind her hollow eyes burn the shadowy fires of Kycenthius. Behind her back, however, the real fires of a circus tent catching ablaze start burning up. You see the body of this Harlequin is covered in this fire, as well as it begins to burn away at this form that holds Kycenthius. You see that the giant hammer summoned forth by Dickens floating around in the room, and the signs of battle all around you. Some of Gary's blood spilled on the floor from the previous time that Gary got squished by a big giant hand, and now you gasp for air. But you have no lungs. The beams of dark energy have shot through, and so instead of being able to hear any sound, your mouth simply, as you gasp for anything, falling to 0 hit points, you fall unconscious. Those present can't help but see, once again, Gary Greenheart, always, charging headlong into the fray, the protector of the party, often feeling the brunt of the strongest attacks as well, as you see the beams just shoot directly through him and land on the ground. Oh, these beams! These old beams!
I've been wanting to for so long.
I know, I can feel it. All right, so you see the beams blast through the chest of Gary as even though it's Amaryllis inside, you watch the form, the stout halfling paladin, fall to the ground. Prone and unconscious.
If I die inside Gary, do I die in real life?
Well, I guess we'll find out, right? Abby dies. We're like, Brandon, why'd you kill Abby? I'm gonna make you body swap in your real lives. Drew, you're gonna be dancing burlesque,
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Thank God I lost the weight.
So you look around again. You're in this giant big top. At the top area is a set of trapezes that would be used to perform on, and currently dangling on them is the small frame of Pickles Ennui, who is still Brenna, just because apparently we have to just remind everybody who's who. Pickles is hanging at the very top on this trapeze. You see the tent itself, roughly, I think it's like 80 feet wide all around you. Remember, as the tent flaps have blown back, you've noticed that you're being watched by a circle of those faceless clowns. They have those strange bodies, but their face is just a blur, as if you cannot make out any actual distinguishing features of the life form that pilots the meat sack. But they have clapped at some of your more spectacular feats as Pickles, launched herself into the air and cannons were fired at this Harlequin. But that strange kind of ominous viewing, just on the other side of these tent flaps, there is an audience watching you. And as you see the tent flaps on the far end, the red and white tent flaps that surround the entire tent itself, start burning away, where that material, where those holes are, you see there's some more of those faceless clown folk that populated this strange carnival hurtling through the astral sea. And so it's, as the tent starts breaking down. Now, again, just to remind you guys, battle is 6 seconds around, so it's not, it's not going to go up like a matchstick, but it will spread pretty quickly as this is cloth. And so I'm just going to do it on each of the Harlequin's turns. Now at this point, you've broken through the shadow shield that was absorbing half of the damage. It gave it some damage resistance. Pickles with a punch shattered through that, and so now your attacks have been hitting the porcelain frame of this body. Pickles, one last thing of note, you had gotten yourself up really high in the air and you were looking for that life force, the light being that called herself Amora, that granted you guys, through magical energy use, a rest just before this battle. And as you looked down, you noticed that when Kycenthius took over this body, it did not repel the life being, but rather forced it down into a small pinpoint between both of her wings. She has these big long wings that are like circus tent, like advertisements. They're big like cloth fabrics that drop down, red and black checkered. And in between where those wings spread out, there's this little ball of light just glowing in between it, as if she is still present, but is somehow suppressed by the powerful dark energy of Kycenthius. So you see, with a laugh, you hear the shadowy form that is possessing this Harlequin from within. I told you, Greenheart, I would have your life. Almost fallen yet again. And you see the Harlequin starts rubbing her hands, looking down at Gary, indicating to you guys that this Harlequin might go for the coup de grace rather than continue.
She's gonna eat him!
Exactly.
Oh my god!
So it's not murder.
It's not murder
That's
at that point. So.
She heard the joke from last time. She's like, damn it.
Oh, no.
I've turned your own jokes against you.
Rude.
All right, guys, so we jump back into this moment in initiative. You see Kycenthius, again, she's kind of hung up on this tattered tent that hangs behind her as fire starts burning away the support of what she's holding on to. Eyes still glowing with that shadowy energy. As Kycenthius' voice echoes out, you see the eyes burn with that shadowy energy as it seems to be taking delight in discombobulating you all. And then finally, as it said it would do, try to get another taste of that sweet dead Gary. So Gary, you are not dead yet, but you are dying. You are at 0 hit points. And you will be, yeah, and you will be making death saves unless somebody heals you. But in this moment, Dickens, normally Gus. Normally as Dickens, you are the one that jumps in to provide healing in moments like these. And you kind of go to raise your hand to cast a healing spell, and you see the slender red fingers with the sharp pointed nails of Amaryllis, and you're like, oh, that's right, I'm in Amaryllis's body. Amaryllis, it's your turn in initiative. What do you do?
Okay, so it's funny that you just said discombobulated because I'm still Dickens in my mind, but I'm in a different body and I feel more combobulated than I normally would be. Something about my body is discombobulating, and it's like a little bit of clarity maybe to not be in my clown body. Yeah. And I realize this thing looks like my mom. This thing is not my mom. It's like a perversion of a memory or a dream that I didn't even know existed.
Right.
Correct.
It's probably the work-appropriate attire that you're wearing.
A work-appropriate evil mother substitute.
Well, no, that you're wearing.
So I want to try what I tried when I was in Gary's body. I want to try to reach out to my spiritual weapon, even though I'm in Amaryllis's body.
So yes.
And I'd like to look at this thing and be like, well, if you're in there, Mom, sorry. And bonk the thing on the head. And I want to do it just in case. I do want it to be non-lethal.
Okay. All right. So a good point there. So you reach out, and we've determined through the course of the battle, but just to reconnect you to that, the spirit of Dickens Tangleface, that who is connected to the channel flow of Glorp, and the spirit of you, especially in your home realm. This memory, whatever it is, it represents, if that vision of yours is to be believed, perhaps where you actually came from. You remember as a orphan in the Glorpinage. Growing up, you had no knowledge of your parents. And in fact, this mysterious wayfarer character that led you to joining the group in the first place and has led you to continuing to stay with them, offered you knowledge of your parents in exchange for what it is that you're doing. So in this moment, you kind of connect to all of that. This notion of you being separated from your mother, this being possibly in a place where you come from, something that you didn't know you necessarily needed in the way that perhaps you did. And in all of that, it allows you to resolve your virtue and using your bonus action, reach out with that spiritual weapon and give it a chaya. Now, I will say, spell magic cannot be non-lethal, unfortunately. So what I can do, especially again because with the amount of control we've given you in this environment, I will let you know if the damage that you're doing would kill the creature, and you can choose to half that damage. Now you don't know if half that damage will also not kill it, but that's where I'm going to meet you with this. That's where we're going to bend the rule a little bit.
Yeah.
Too. So normally you can't, but you could in this case say you're not trying to channel the full fury of a full blow and do half damage if that's what you end up doing. But I can say you'd have to roll pretty hot to do that.
All right.
So go ahead and give me whoever's in Dickens. Go ahead and cast spiritual weapon.
3 people raised their hand.
I will say I was like, oh, this works because it's roll 20 and you guys can actually just roll around. And then it was like moments like these, or maybe perhaps where I didn't make full consideration. Dickens, you feel the great hammer start moving at your will, and you watch as it crushes across this room and tries to strike at the form of what this memory would have you believe is your mother. But you realize that this creature, whether or not, whatever the energies are that manifest this thing, that your mother and this moment they're not the same thing. You call forth your spiritual weapon, and again you notice that now that this shadow barrier around the Harlequin is broken, the moves of the Harlequin are faster and more vicious. And as the eye beams that she used to blow the holes in Gary's chest, you see as the hammer looks up, she turns her head, looks at it, and blows the shadow energy that knocks the hammer back. So with the 14 AC, you didn't hit, but that's how that was telegraphed. So that's your bonus action. You still have the rest of your turn, though.
All right. Shit. Bet. Okay.
Shoot at her.
Then I'm just gonna walk up and I'm gonna take one of my fancy gloves off. Right? You're wearing gloves? Am I imagining that?
Yeah, I'm wearing gloves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take a glove off and I just slap the shit out of this thing.
Nice.
Are you doing
So
a
what?
shocking grasp? What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's a cantrip, so she can just, again, it's like I'm trying to meet you guys halfway. I know you don't know these. Nice, that hits, 19 AC. You roll up, you pull this glove off, it starts buzzing with electricity in your hand. Go ahead and click shocking grasp there in chat for damage. Actually, I think it gets a saving throw. No, you may on a hit, it takes 1d8 and it can't take reactions. So 4 damage.
Nice.
I will say that 4 lightning damage would not down it. So if you want to use the full, oh wait, no, that was for the other attack anyway. So 4 damage, very nice. You see the glove with the electricity sends this coursing. Now this Harlequin is on fire, fire burning all around it, and this electricity starts coursing through its veins. You notice that the neck, the idea that she can't use reactions, it's tensing all the muscles in this body, and she's locked up. So you did 4 lightning damage, and she cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn, which means that you can also move away right now without risk of being attacked.
I dramatically walk away.
So I would say, just to be fair, because I wrote it that way, 15 would get you, because her face is in that square and it's all one big space. So you still have 15 feet of movement from where you are, Amaryllis. You should be able to move the token. If you can't, let me know.
Yeah, how about that?
Yes. So you're on the backside of the cannon, still in the tent, however.
I mean, I'll how about that?
There
I'm
you go. Yeah,
sitting
that's
on
good.
the cannon.
Sitting on the cannon and within the range of that protective barrier as well.
Cool.
So nice, dope round. Amaryllis, if you're done, it is Pickles on Wee.
All right, Pickles. You are up very high right now. But what we are going to do is we are going to just launch ourselves right at this bitch's face. and give her a good pop.
All right.
Okay, 1.
So yes, two, you start swinging. You do know you would be falling from 50 feet high. Now, you found there's some cartoonish physics to everything, so a little of that gets curbed, but you're jumping from really high in the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just gonna launch.
This is one of those rolls you either want to be a crit or a 1. Just for the hilarity of the story. Yeah, absolutely. You can totally do. What would you like to do, Pickles?
I would like to swing off of the trapeze and go back to punching this thing in the face.
Dope. Yeah, now you know that shadow barrier is broken. You're like, oh, let's put the pause to this porcelain, and you feel the trapeze swinging beneath you. You see the circus tent all around you burning, the faces of these strange blur-faced clowns on looking and watching as you go, and you jump off. You feel the fall of this reality as you plummet toward the ground with an attack.
Excellent. Oh shit! Sorry.
So it's 2. Are you using your
Sorry, I also want to use my flurry of blows.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to do that too. I'm gonna come in hot, and I'm gonna just
Come in hot.
come in ready to fuck some
So
shit
give
up.
me one more attack. We'll count that second attack as the first one. And then go ahead and give me the
Awesome.
final
Yeah,
score.
this is my last key point. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Donk that badge.
I'm sorry. You guys don't know that. Here we go. All right, Pickles, you're swinging on this. You look down at that pinpoint of light. Perhaps if we could break this shadow creature out, you could free the contained life force within. You summon that way of the long death, channeling the energy from Gary's fallen body itself. It's like as you swing on this thing on the top, you see this like little twirl of life energy summon into your body. You leap off. You're falling through the sky, and as you go to strike, you see one of the hands comes up and blocks your first strike, which sends you spinning around. Pickles, what do you do? To 0! You got it 2-0.
Okay. Cool. Because when I got I was getting ready to get way of the long death, touch of death on this bitch. Okay, so good. Fine, I got it. Okay. If I could sprinkle some of that on there, that'd be great.
Oh, please
So
do. Please.
this is Pickles is on the trapeze and he's back and forth and he's like, okay, I'm weirdly not afraid. I'm not afraid I'm gonna die for some weird reason. I've been so much more into death recently, and it's just been something I'm so curious about. And so with that, and with kind of seeing that visage of the guy at the bar, it almost feels like I'm not seeking death, but I want to make friends. I want to kiss death, So Pickles is on the trapeze and he swings off, and just like you said, he soars through the air. His cigarette just is so his little ears are flopping as he's going forwards, and he does a little flipperoonie, and it's just just the first one blocks, and he's like, oh shit, and then he does a little back flippy guy, and he gets to the ground, and then he looks at Gary, and he's like, oh. All right. And he puts a cigarette out, and he puts kind of that touch of death on there because he's so close to it, and it gets to him, and he's just almost touched death because he was swinging through the thing, and he is you kill my friend, and then talking to Kycenthius on to the body, I'll kill yours, and he fucking punches this thing in the face. So hard that the mask will crack underneath it, and it just slowly kind of peels away.
Dope.
And yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
So cool.
You see again that cartoonish physics as it's almost like you look over and then you remember that image that you saw drawn in the book that first brought you into the way of the long death, and that strange Dracodile looking creature with the life strike, the life punch that you saw drawn out. And it's though you do not have a monastery to master your forms, you realize that each time you are around or close to death, it is as if death is teaching the way to you. And so you look, and as you look at Gary's fallen body and you see that the twinkles of life essence kind of slowly fading from the form, a life essence that you can identify as Amaryllis's life essence.
Yes.
Gary's life essence is not bleeding out of his body, but rather Amaryllis's. And in that moment, you kind of settle down into a perfect form, one that you've never used before, but that feels correct. And you watch as these small burning, like ghostly green flames start burning around your paws. For a brief moment, you feel everything go as you leap in the air. You feel unencumbered by the air resistance against your body, and you punch this porcelain harlequin in the face. And you see like the ripples, like an energy wave, blow the body itself into an explosion of confetti. You see these little red and black pieces explode out and capture on the side of the circus tent. The strange pieces of confetti also lit by this fire that burns and begins to grow. Pickles, you notice that as you fall back to the ground, you're falling about half as fast. Like the energy of death is creating this lifting bubble that would save you as you fall toward the earth. You fall with a controlled spiritual energy, and your eyes glow for a moment, and then you look back, you see that the body of Gary still on the ground, the spirit of Amaryllis trickling out of it, the fiery circus tent burning all around you.
Oh my God.
You're just kind of pick your cigarette back up, put it in your mouth and watch. And you all just look on with awe as the Harlequin mask's still floating there. You hear the scream of Kycenthius, no! As you watch that black ball of energy pull out of the porcelain mask, and that little beam of golden light refills the light once more, but it's faded and weak. You see the Harlequin mask still floating there in the sky. Pickles, as you drop down, the ghostly energy leaves your fists. You all look around as the entire circus tent burns away. I am going to actually bring you back over to a place we've been before.
Uh-oh.
Get on down. Here we go.
Can someone throw me there, please?
Actually, I have to pick up somebody because somebody wasn't here when we were here. Sorry.
Thank
This
you.
is the song I sing. I go and grab Amaryllis from the circus
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right,
That's a
yeah.
bop.
That place.
Oh, you know the place. Oh, so you guys know the place.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that's where we going.
Nice.
And Amaryllis, pop, you pop up. Now we're going to do one of my. Look, guys, when an opportunity presents itself, you got to take. When life gives you fire, you draw fire squares.
Square.
Oh, look at so many squares. A rectangle is a square.
Cause it's hip to draw squares.
All right, you guys, you watch the circus tent all around you burns away. Standing there, like not even backing away, for their own safety, but still just standing in perfect circle all around the tent. All of those strange clown-faced, blurry-faced forms are all circled around the tent. You see the giant Harlequin mask once more kind of presents itself in the sky above you, and you look around and you are once more on that carnival plane. The games, the prize tent, and everything that you left behind when you first entered this tent. But you see everything seems kind of frozen now. That the forces, the thing that gave it life, those clown people walking around with the blurry faces, are all kind of gathered around you in this moment. You see the light returns once more to Amora's eyes. Sorry, I'm bringing that in. Oh no, I'm drawing a square. No!
No. No, you aren't.
No,
Oh,
sorry
square.
guys, she's possessed by squares.
Ah!
All right, so you see this, this tent burns away all around you, the tattered fabrics of the body of the Harlequin, and you hear the shadowy call of Kycenthius as he's ripped away. You see him kind of floating here, in the sky above where the tent was. You, I have said, fight for what is, not what will be. Amora, you look weak. You see the Harlequin mask in the sky with the yellow or the golden light burning inside, somewhat weaker than you saw it within the void, whispers back, I have proven to you once and for all, Kycenthius. The group is the only way forward. We must have another 5. You have done nothing but weaken your grip on your protective portals. Enjoy this victory, you all, for I shall see you soon. And you see the shadowy energy dissipates into the sky.
Okay, bye. Thank you. You have been visited by the helping committee.
Why was he laughing so much? He lost.
He didn't even stay for dessert.
You
I
see
thought
the
it was pretty
Harlequin
funny.
mask, looks down on you guys. My energies. My barrier. Oh. Do not let this spoil your victory. You have all proved yourselves quite the heroes. Dickens, my son,
Oh,
it is so good to see you again. You have grown into quite a man. Your father would have been proud. And you see a single confetti tear falls from the eye of the Harlequin mask.
Oh. Dickens, I'm sorry that we had to kick your mother's ass. And Pickles is like, there's a weird energy in the air. Everything's different. Things are weird. I don't know what's going on.
You look
I feel
down,
like-
you're like, in all of this, you can't help but forget, Gary is still laying unconscious.
Oh shit!
on the
Oh my
ground.
god! Hey, lady,
Oh,
can you help
jeez.
us with
I'm dead.
my friend? I mean, you are very weak right now.
If anyone's gonna die in my body, it's gotta be me.
What?
So I panic and kind of run over to Gary. And I'm pulling out a bunch of scarves from my sleeve to try and block up the wounds.
You pull out a little heart flower, you listen to it, and there's a jazz band playing when you put it on his chest. You're like, how are any of these tools used for healing? But yes,
I'm
Gary,
confused with all the glorpiness. I'm not used to the feeling of glorp. I'm confused. I guess that's fitting.
good.
So that's my attempt at cure woundsing my corpse.
All right, you
With
see,
all
you reach down, and you are able. I will allow this. You will cast this spell without a spell slot. As you see the Harlequin mask, she says, "It is already too late. There is no reason for me to save any more of my powers. Kycenthius has fooled me, and I may have doomed you all with my pride. Here." And you see just this beam of light comes down from the energy. Gary, you're kind of inside of the body of Dickens. You're pushing on the scarves are coming out. You're not really sure how to use this magic. And you feel this beam of warm light hit the back of your hand. And you place your hand down. Go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
I actually don't have that one. I'm not used to this sheet. It's healing word, right, Gus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, healing word.
Whoops. I was like, wait, that's inflict wounds, not that one.
No! You're like, this body is mine.
why did you put healing wounds and soul crush right next to each other? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
no.
it's healing mouth.
Healing.
You give smooches.
Yeah, healing word. Do you need me to jump in?
Possibly, I'm clicking it, it just ain't doing nothing.
Oh, it's not doing it.
Sound just like.
A lot of people play D&D on Tuesday nights on Roll20. I found. I was
Oh,
like, this
no.
will be the perfect time for them to not.
Nope.
Here we go.
All right.
So
Tuesday, baby.
Here, yeah. I don't know why it's not coming through, so I'm gonna do it.
There it goes.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wait.
there.
Aha.
There we are.
Taking a
Ha
second.
ha ha!
Aha!
Oh, and then it didn't even roll it.
Right.
Roll me a D4, Gary.
D4.
Nice. So I believe it's your casting modifier is +3, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait.
it's
Mine?
no, the person casting the spell.
Oh, I think you said Digby. Sorry.
No,
I was like,
oh, maybe I did. I do always call Dickens and Digby. I switch your names
Yeah,
constantly.
hashtag the real Dickens.
Yeah. No, but so Dickens is Gary is casting the spell inside of Dickens. So go ahead and give me, so that's +3 to that is 2. So you get 5 HP back, Gary Greenheart, played by Abby.
And of course,
you get
everyone
5
knows
HP.
God, oh,
that
jeez.
HP is short hit points.
You said 5?
wait, what
So
is
you-
HP short for?
Hit points.
Hot penis.
Hot penis.
Cat penis.
Yes, obviously.
Come on.
It's hot pockets. So now you have 5 hot pockets.
Hot
11 temp hot pockets.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Really, all
10.
hot pockets are temporary.
Yeah.
true.
Right.
Seriously, guys.
The rest is just pain and diarrhea.
You guys are so used to getting temporary HP that when you get actual hit points, you're like, oh, these are way better. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's like
you
the
know,
difference
Gary,
between eating like fast food and like actually eating a meal that you like make at home. You're
Like
like,
real
oh,
food.
that's
Yes.
nourishment in my body.
you're like, weird. I don't feel like crap all day now. It's strange. Gosh, it's so weird.
Crazy.
So you, you feel Gary. You're kind of on the ground. It's like the last thing you were trying to do was gasp for air, and then in a moment, as this healing energy washes over your wounds, and you feel them close, your lungs reform with this magical healing energy. You gasp a breath of air and are once more with the living. You look around, you're laying on the ground. You see the circus tent is burned away, and you're staring at the astral sea, a sea of stars. And these wisps of colors that explode all around you in this abstract clown carnival in space. You see that porcelain mask of the Harlequin once more in the sky, a fading golden light in her eye, has even faded even more now that she's used some of her energies to heal. And as you're like looking up, Amaryllis, you feel that wave of energy comes through your body. And in this whirl of energy, those of you who had your spirit compress and passed into another form, you feel like a not as scary version of that as you are gently gathered into a collection of your own spiritual energy, and in like a soft breeze around this golden energy you blow as your spirit reaches out and finds its own body. Once more, all of you have re-entered your own bodies, and we can stop getting so confused about who's doing what and how and when and with what roles and what
That
stats
felt
apply to what.
amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
So
I'm
nice.
so happy to see my
yes.
long red skin and my fingernails. Long skin. That's not what I meant.
You got that long skin, girl.
skin and
Oh, Amaryllis
old
long skin
fingernails.
VonCheux.
Hey, you
And
look
I
at
just start shaking my skin around,
Look at how long it is.
Right before I hop back into my body, I want to just like enjoy the silence in my head for a second, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the prize booth is just always inside your mind, just like
It's like a one-man band. Like there's a young Dick Van Dyke in my head. Like
there
Dungeons
could
and
be
Dragons
an
and
old
Dick
Van Dyke. Yeah.
Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
Dragons and Dick.
Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
Damn it.
With the drink. All right.
D and DVD.
DVDA. All right, so
No.
you feel the sweet breeze of kind of this universe again. You're still surrounded. It's like everybody's just kind of looking at you. These strange blurry-faced people are circled all around you. This Harlequin mask in the sky speaking down. As this burst of energy, you see the light fades a little bit more. I have done all I can for you, but I apologize, as I think, my son, that this was Kycenthius' plan all along. Get me to focus my attention somewhere else, and not on the barrier around Ganjaria.
Who is Barry?
No,
My
it's
barrier.
It's berry flavored.
She,
So this barrier that you are talking about, is that what was protecting us from what I understand is the great, this weird blight that is, how you say, clouding everything up?
So you see, she looks down. My barrier. My son. It was all I could do. And then this time, rather than just Dickens being present to it, you see the sky kind of shimmers for a moment. And you see that strange Spelljammer vehicle, the slick-sided metal platings like you've never seen, with these strange, appendages that hang off the side, large ship masts with these strange feathery sails that wither in space. And you see it plummeting toward the world of Ganjaria. You see the frozen oceans, the leaf symbol of the main continent, the massive mana tree birthing from the center of it. And you watch as the ship is soaring toward the earth. You hear the voice of the Harlequin. It was all I could do to save you, my son. I sacrificed my own being for yours. You see the ship crashes into the shores near the south side. The east side of Sativon, where the path of the sea and the unfrozen ocean exists, near the city of Hate in the mountains near that area. We see the inside of that ship as a mother holding baby, looking around as the mind flayer has those strange knobs connected into his brain as he's steered you on this race away from Kycenthius. You still feel the shadowy presence chasing you, but it hasn't yet found you. The ship hits the ground with a tremendous crash. And you witness the form of your mother wrapped around you, smashed into the side of the ship as it rips to pieces. You see her body bounce once, twice on the floor as she rolls to the ground on the earth. And as the tremendous momentum of this ship crash goes away, you watch as the little baby clown rolls out of her protective hold and lays on the ground and lets out a honk. Honk.
Fuck you.
You see, she says, I could not protect you any longer, but I knew Kycenthius would find you. In my sacrifice, I felt the light. You see in this visage of this woman lying broken on the floor with this clown baby next to her and honking away on the ground. You see the benevolent gold light. Gary Greenheart, you know it immediately. It is the golden light of the Green Lady spilling down. She said, the maiden called to me, found me a kindred spirit to sacrifice myself for your survival. She offered me a place as one of her servants, a maiden to the Green Lady herself. And you see as from the corpse of your mother proper reaches out the spirit of her energy, and as if taking the hand of the light, she rises up into it. I knew Kycenthius would be here soon, and so I protected you. And you see she zooms out a little bit, and once more you're looking at the planet of Ganjaria, this large, oblong, mostly flat plain that has this frozen ocean all around the side, and this large, ganja leaf that stands as the central continent, the mana tree around it. You watch as this golden glow starts surrounding the world itself. And you see as Kycenthius' shadow hand reaches by, it breaks off the barrier and dissipates. He could no longer find you. He could no longer find us. But I was a fool. And as you watch, you see the energy pulled away from this barrier and sent to this strange beacon in the void, where she shares it with a group of adventurers to bestow them a rest before a battle with Kycenthius, as they compete in trials to try to prove their worth. A withering away of the protective magic that she could only bestow in so many places at once. And now, though I have saved you once more, I can no longer protect this world from Kycenthius. You see the shadowy portal around the visage of the world breaks away and falls like golden teardrops from the mask of the Harlequin in front of you, as you all float on this rock, hurtling through space in the astral sea. And that's where we're going to pick it up after intermission, guys.
Come on.
All right, so we have us quite a bit of threads to tie up, but that's just such a a tasty little moment I want you guys to reflect on. You have defeated the trials of Kycenthius and beaten the boss. I know it's a bittersweet moment as this porcelain mask cries from space, but we will be giving you guys a level up. So we're going to level you guys up to 4 when we get back, and then throw you back into this strange world and see what stands next for the old helping committee. We do us a 10-minute intermission around here, buds. Hang with us. Check out all this incredible artwork. Over 100 pieces of original art have been created for and around this project. Listen to the 100% original soundtrack created by the amazing Sandy Stein, and just hang back, chill with the buds. If you're here with us on Twitch, kill each other with your little guys and get that gold. There can only be one. Maybe it will be you, but we will see you guys in 10 minutes for the resolution, well, for a level up, for getting higher, as well as figuring out what the fuck, where are you guys going next?
Fuck.
I'm probably gonna want that barrier.
Oh, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Whoa, cricket.
Welcome back, buds, to WeeDnD, the Pot Positive Live tabletop role-playing experience. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. Holy crap, buds, we have had us quite a ride in the battle into the big top here, which is now burned away, and they're hurtling through the space again in that carnival place. God, I love this freaking game sometimes. But yes, our the helping committee have survived the many trials of Kycenthius, thus with their battles through this carnival land, the graveyard in space, and their many conflicts in the void, and all of this concluding with the ferocious battle with the possessed Harlequin, and with defeating that battle, we're giving you guys a level up. So we're gonna take the old helping committee from level 3 to level 4, baby.
Ooh, that's two twos.
You gotta excuse me, the layouts won't change till next week because I have to remake it.
Well,
I'll never forgive you.
Oh no!
I'll never forgive you.
Give me 2
been a fun
levels
ride,
that
y'all.
I feel good about.
It's been a fun ride.
And we're gonna take you guys to level 20. We're just gonna shoot right up to 20, and we'll see. Leave it based on this adventure. That would be, but that it always sounds. Let me tell you, I've played D&D for a long time. I have done this once where we're just like, let's just be level 20 now, and then what happens is you have so many new abilities and powers, you have no idea what to do with anything. So you just cast really high versions of the spells you already know. But no, that's not what's happening. We're taking you guys from level 3 to level 4. I did. It is. There are kind of tier systems in D&D as far as the way that the scaling of monsters and attacks and everything goes. And level 4 is the end of that first tier, fittingly joining up with our first chapter. So we are not done with the chapter 1 story. There are still several sessions of that to go. If that was not unclear. But at this moment, this will be, in all likelihood, the last level up of chapter 1. So that's right.
Dope.
That's right. Some of you got a chance to try out some other people's abilities.
Yes, I did.
I kind of did, but I was a little not alive.
Yeah, I was like, sweet, I'm in this. Oh, I'm dead now. So yeah, no, quite a wild little jaunt there. A series of quite magical events as you guys, were attempting to utilize a faster form of travel and got pulled away in between these battles between these two conflicting spirits. We've now learned that benevolent light spirit calls itself a Mora and is again, if large spectral beings are to be believed, is the mother of Dickens Tanglefaith, who came with him on this travel through multiple planes, crash landing on the world of Ganjaria, where she erected a protective barrier to keep Kycenthius from returning. And, his name is the World Devourer, devouring this world. Unfortunately, the trials served as a way for him to slowly siphon away her power. And now the world of Ganjaria is no longer safe from the grasp of Kycenthius. So that's kind of where we're at right now. You guys are still standing, in the astral sea, floating on this carnival. You still have time to discuss with the Harlequin. I didn't want to just and that's the end of the answers that you get. But it was a nice moment, and I did want to hop in, level up, and then jump right back into the game. We tried it a little earlier this season, and I do like it. I like the ability to just take these new powers and then, applicate them directly. To the story in real time. So thank you guys. I would say, however, rather than something random, how about we use a random number generator? Let's go ahead and roll for it. Give me D20 rolls, everybody, for the order by which you will level to level 4.
Do we have to select tokens or just
nope.
hit it? Oh, yeah.
And this is why we roll for it, folks.
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, okay, hold up. We got 2. No. Everybody do your 2. Do your 2.
I'm gonna see if I can hit this.
That's a 1.
And take a swig of beer.
Well.
That is a 2. And that's why we roll for it, folks. And there's still 2 rolls left. So that's right. So far we have Amaryllis with a 7, Dickens with oh my God!
Gotta be fast.
Snake eyes.
Whoa.
Oh, there's still 1 left, but hold on. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. We don't make the rules. We totally make the rules.
If the next one's a fucking 20, I swear.
I swear to God.
I swear.
I swear to glow up. All right, guys. Only because this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was like, man, if all 5 of us roll, we'll probably get 1, We have gotten 3 out of 4 of them have been crits. So give me, we have 1 more left. That's our man, Digby Moleeggington. All right. 11, which is technically 2 ones, if we want to be.
Wow.
Welcome back to Weed&d.
Wow.
Woo. Oh, after all that, firing up a nice little joint for myself. All right, guys. As the this is always a nice little point for us to check in. How's the vibe? How are you guys feeling as being the helping committee so far?
What he said. Yeah.
I'm
Feels good.
I'm dying.
Digby's dying. No, Gary's dying.
Perpetually temporary Gary.
Gary. Now we know. I'm not trying to kill Jake. I'm trying to kill Gary.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who's playing Gary. There's a big target right there.
All right. So
allegedly.
Dickens. I always shorthand it to Dick, and then I laugh about it. Dickens. Amaryllis.
Sure.
Did you think that with a 7 you would be 3rd?
No.
Amaryllis. And then Pickles and Gary. We'll just do it we'll do that. We'll go Pickles and then Gary last
Do it
because
at the same time.
I could kill him at the end. You know what I mean? Like right at the end, everybody levels up, and then it's like the Monty Python. The giant foot comes down and goes.
We're leveling up as a team. We're here to fuck shit up.
Pickles.
Damn it, I didn't bring my tux.
All right, Dickens Tangleface with a honk. These events, primarily a lot of the specifics of this revolving around the mystery of this character, this Dickens Tangleface. Unknowing of your own path in life and going along with the path of the abstract. Worshiping Glorp, the god of confusion. Yes. And in this moment, you feel ever once more, even more strongly connected to him. Now, clerics. At level 4, so your proficiency modifier remains the same. You do get an ability score improvement. Now, the way this functions, you can choose a feat or an ability score improvement. If you choose the ability score improvement, and this goes for everybody, because I believe everybody gets it at this level, you can add +1 to 2 of your stats, or +2 to 1 of your stats. And remember, anytime a number goes from odd to even, that increases the bonus bracket. So upping something from even number to an odd number won't actually change the potency of what's the bonus that you're given. But going from an odd number to an even number does. So you can also use 2 to get you close to the 20 at higher levels. But, that's a choice you can all make for yourselves. I'm always happy, as always, to bounce off any thoughts, questions, ideas, concerns with you guys. So Dickens Tangleface, now, allegedly speaking with your mother for the first time, learning that you have a brother, another baby that appeared to have been killed by the shadowy grasp of Kycenthius as your home world was consumed.
the Bugs Bunny to my Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh man. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah, Dickens, you at this level here, you do get the ability point increase. Do you know what you want to do with that?
Okay, so it's an ability point increase, or I can take a feat?
Or you can take a feat, yes.
All right, well, I do have very large feet, so I feel like that's a good deal.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so am I allowed to take, I don't know. It's not like I've looked at them or anything. Lucky?
Yes, you can take lucky. A lot of DMs hate lucky. I understand, but I am not. I'm not so scared of 3 chances to reroll per day that I'm going to take it away from you. Like it is one of the better feats. But again, with Dickens, you are, in this moment, you realize just how lucky you've been, narrowly avoiding massive cataclysmic disasters several times just at your origin point, and then you think back on your own life now, how you were lucky enough to be accepted into the Glorpinage, lucky enough to be discovered by some old man on the mountain that brought you down to the city of Ashbury and left you in the Glorpinage, where you learned and grew and found a kinship with the god Glorp and began studying, his way and the path of the abstract and following the path of confusion, and how more often than not that confusion has been rather lucky in your outcomes. So I like it. I think it fits story and character design a lot. No, I will not let all 5 of you take lucky right now.
All right.
I'm just gonna.
Well, I realized that I had been very lucky.
Yeah.
So it seems fitting.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's. I think it's great.
Yeah, I got some Glorp dice also.
Glorp.
They're like,
No.
Yes.
And
that's
also for
cool.
you.
Hell yeah.
And also for check under your seats.
I don't know
and
what
you
they
get
say.
Glorp dice.
What? How
Wait,
did you get in my
what'd you say?
house?
Glorp dice for everybody.
Glorp dice for everybody. And
I'm
you
on a
get some Glorp
toilet,
dice.
so I'll be really impressed to what I find underneath it.
Got you. All right, so Gus, do you have lucky feet in front of you right now?
I have it pulled up in my book, but
You
it's not in.
Do you want to break down what it is, or do you want me to?
Would you? Because
Yeah. So basically, you have this incredible luck that kicks in at just the right time. You have 3 luck points. Whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, a saving throw, you can spend one of those luck points as like a free action to roll an additional d20. You can then choose to spend one of your luck points after you've rolled the dice, so you can know, like, oh, I missed that guy. I'm going to use a luck point and get a chance to roll better. But before the outcome is determined. So I said that wrong. You would roll and say, but you would see what you rolled. I wouldn't have told you if it hit or missed. So
Right.
after you roll, you can choose to burn a luck point to do so. And then you get to choose of those 2 d20s that you roll, which one you would keep. Because we so regularly roll with advantage just for the ease of flow with roll 20, let's just get out of the habit that the second roll will not count for the luck. I will have you roll a d20. That way it's not like, oh, I see what my luck roll would have been 2, So, do your attack. We'll resolve whether or not that happens. Then you can choose to use a luck point. You can also spend a luck point when an attack roll is made against you. Roll a d20 and choose whether the attack uses yours or the attacker's roll. So you can be so lucky that an attack that hits you actually misses. If more than one creature spends a luck point to influence the outcome of a roll, the points cancel each other out, and no additional dice are rolled. So no.
You could like fuck somebody, like you could be like, me too, idiot.
There's only so much luck to go around, asshole.
Yeah.
Yes. And you get those luck points back on a long rest. So the way this battle and such has concluded, we did give you guys a full long rest before battle. Unlike last level up, this time you will be hit point wise, spell slots, everything that you're at now, unless you get them new from your level. Anything new you get from your level will factor in, but you guys will need 2 long rests to get your long rest stuff back. So, and that's going to factor in with time and things like that. So, just something to consider. But in your case, Dickens, you do get 3 luck points.
Nice.
And that's super Dickens, bro. That's if there's a character that it should apply to. Like, yeah, if luck wasn't so strong, I would give it to the Clownkin race, but
Cool. And then I think I get another spell that I know.
Correct. Yes, you learn 1 new spell with the level up, and you can cast 1 more. So in this case, you will actually add this one. You can cast 1 more second level spell, and you get a new cantrip. So you get a new cantrip and 1 more spell known that's not that cantrip. So you get a new spell, a new cantrip, and then you can cast 1 more second level spell per day. So it went from 2 to 3.
Okay. Well, I am open to suggestions. Most definitely.
Yeah, totally. The clerics have some dope. You already have guidance, right? That's a pretty common.
I do.
Cleric one. Sorry, I'm just flipping over to your.
Yeah, I've got Sacred Flame and Guidance and Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, you've got like the go-to cleric ones. So some that are nice. Light is good if you find yourself where not everybody has dark vision, and you need light. Spare the Dying it sounds better than it functionally works, but you do stop. Being a healer, it seems like a strange use of GANJA, but anyway, you bring somebody they stabilize. You cast it and they go to 0, so they stop making death saves.
Oh, okay.
There's Mending, where you patch mended materials. Resistance gives people.
I already have that.
Throws. That's pretty much your list. Guidance, Light, Mending, Resistance, Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, and Thaumaturgy.
Okay, I'll do Light. That makes sense, being a Twilight cleric.
Totally. Bringing the power of light, this Twilight magic that you use. And then if you don't have a spell that you want right off the bat, we can come back around to you to finalize your spell selection if you want to do that. It'll give you a little time to look over them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know one that I want right now. So.
Do you have Hold Person yet?
No, but I would love to.
Right. As a DM, I'm like kicking myself for being like, yeah, give them Hold Person. So yes, Hold Person is an extremely good cleric spell. When people are held, they're paralyzed, so melee attacks against them are crits. They're auto crits. And when you have a paladin in your party who can Divine Smite with guaranteed criticals, that damage starts just skyrocket.
Just start stacking it up.
Yeah, so this one D&D, this new iteration of what they're trying to move toward with the rule set for D&D. That's one thing they're trying to eliminate. And it's in playtesting now, so nothing's finalized, and a lot of people are mad. I don't think they should be, but it is worth mentioning. Like they're trying to limit those splash damage occurrences. Like, everybody's hitting for 7, 11, 12, and then, somebody crits on a smite with a Thunderous and they get 8d6 and they hit for 47. It's like,
right.
Yes, it's cool and it's very exciting. And of course, let's not get rid of cool, exciting stuff in D&D, but it does make running battles and running monsters and building encounters hard to navigate when it's like that gloved hand, for example. You guys one-rounded what was going to be kind of like a real, like, once that battle was over, this second fight was going to, most of your resources would be taxed, and and it was like crit city, literally on it. And so the splash damage got so high that you almost one-rounded a multi-phase boss fight. So, it's like, which is awesome, and it was fun to play, and it's great. But again, as me as your DM trying to offer you challenges that feel compelling to overcome, letting it be that it was the results of a dice roll more than anything else does start to influence that power. So I see what they're doing. We'll see. And in 1D&D, they're saying no crits on those kind of special features, sneak attacks, smites, and things like that. And that monsters can no longer crit players. So that your D&D, your level of health is more consistent as well. And crits are fun, so we'll see how much we listen to those rules. But yeah. Right. So is that what you want to do, Dickens? You want to go ahead with hold person?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
That's a 2nd level spell slot. It should be. Let me just see. You might be able to drag and drop it. Hold person.
Oh yeah, I got it in there.
Cool. As long as you don't dragon penis it.
I couldn't put lucky in, but I got the spell and the cantrip in.
Dope. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. So, all right, Dickens. Now at any level, you have an important choice to make. Whether you want to show that you got the stones to step up and slap fate in the face, and roll for your hit points, or you could do the other thing where you take the average +1 plus your con mod. Safe, consistent, boring to me.
I think I heard a boo in the studio.
Stuff they heard.
I'm going to roll, and I also want to pitch you on something. I know I'm kind of a frontliner, and I have kind of low AC, and I have this proficiency in heavy armor now, but I don't have any heavy armor. I thought, what if the thing that I've been wearing has just been on backwards the whole time? I'm an idiot. And I realized that, and I'm like, oh.
What kind of armor do you have right now, Dickens?
Right now, I just have scale mail.
Okay. So, sorry, I'm just flipping through. It is not, I'm not gonna lie, it is nice. I know I could just Google this, but it's like D&D that
it feels nice to flip through. Yeah. And the smell of the book and
it's great. These the bindings on this one haven't gone to trash yet. Come on, that's one thing. How about in 1D&D we put a little one focus, give +1 to our bindings from our books. They fall apart. All right. So you are chilling with a pocket made of scale. Which is giving you 14 plus your dex modifier, but you have a negative dex modifier. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it's actually, it's harnessing you. What we can do is I would give you we could turn it where it's ring mail for now. I don't want to give too much away, but you will have the opportunity to upgrade your armor soon. But we can say that it will function as, instead of medium armor scale mail, it's heavy armor ring mail. So it's just 14 is your AC instead of 14 minus your dex.
Okay.
And then if you use a shield, that's up to 16. And then, like I said, it's the next upgrade from there in heavy armor would be chainmail, which is 75 gold. And that'll boost you to a 16 naturally. And then splint mail is 200. That'll take you to 17. And then good old plate mail, 1,500 gold, 18 AC. So a way to offset your negative dex modifier. That's too funny, and you're in your home plane right now, and that's good to me. So it's actually cheaper armor by trade. So you're getting your AC, your natural AC is going up to 14 instead of what I believe it was 13 before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have a -1 dex mod.
Yeah, so now while I have my shield up, I can be a 16.
A 16, correct.
Boom!
Hey.
And like I said, you'll get to a shop here pretty soon. I've given you guys a lot of treasure, and it's time to spend it on themes. So Nice. Yeah. So we've upped your AC. What did you want to do as far as those hit points go?
Oh, I want to roll them.
Yeah, you do, because you're the man. All right, so I do a blind roll of your hit dice as well. Clerics are D8s, correct? Yep, D8. You'll get one more hit dice as well to add to your hit dice total. And you can use your roll or my roll. You rolled a 5, which is the average plus 1. If you'd taken the average, that's what you would get.
Right, and I can't use lucky right now.
No, because it's not a D20.
Right.
Lucky on your hit points. Wait, can we long rest before I level up?
I'm going with yours.
Guess what? I rolled a 6! Nice! You get 1 additional hit point, my man.
He is one. Oh my god.
Trusting and not going with the average. See, not even... That man stepped up when all options were presented to him.
No flinch.
No flinch. No shame in his game.
I'm sorry, no flaunch.
Right, so Dickens, you learned a new cantrip. You get 1 more casting of a 2nd level spell. You learned a new spell, which is Hold Person. Great spell. And with your ability score improvement, you ended up taking the feat Lucky.
Yeah.
Nice. Good level.
Oh, yeah.
Nice level, bro.
Nice level.
Nice
Yeah.
level. You got anything
Good
else,
level.
Dickens?
Oh my
Good
dude.
level. Good level.
Bro.
Good level.
Good level, bro. Respectable.
Okay, I just have to say it. I got multiple messages about the last sesh when I was trying to insinuate that the faceless people all around you started clapping, and I started going that sounded like something else. And I agree, which is why I stopped doing it almost immediately. I was like, you can't just sit here making this sound.
No.
And staring at the camera. Skype gonna turn you off. Yeah, it gets faster. It gets faster. Yeah, so more than one message. And
Oh my gosh.
about
We heard it. You heard it.
After you set the mood, I mean,
Yeah.
That's it.
But
You know.
I mean, that's what happens when you're doing it live. I mean, you don't know until you
You
know.
don't know till you come back and realize what a fool you've been. So
So
yes,
foolish.
Dickens getting you get 6 plus your con modifier. What's your con modifier there?
Oh. It's a 2.
A 2.
A 2.
So you get 8
Sorry.
more hit points total. That's nice.
Nice.
Nice. All right, Dickens, you got anything else?
That'll do.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You see we shift over to you, Digby Moleeggington the Third. You too, as
Why?
you've gone through this, seeing the what was that? Oh yeah.
I said why?
Oh, poor
'Cause
Digby,
you
you're
rolled,
on the
Nick.
spot. Because you got an 11.
I didn't mean to.
It wasn't on purpose. Yes, so Digby, you also through this battle, like we had mentioned, there was like some connection to you to these cannons. You watching this other technology. These are not like the cannons that you've seen in the realm of Sativon. These rudimentary tubes that propel large metal balls. But these had like some finesse to it. These long fuses. The explosion that seems sourced in the cannon itself. As you and that brain, the wisdom of Sardior is, kind of linked into your mind, absolutely the intellect of Sardior.
There we are.
With those discoveries, not wisdom. You too, you find this calling toward this new level of power as if your limits are pushed. So, Digby, we are on you at level 4. So you also get an ability score improvement or a feat. Do you know which way you want to
Super
go?
exciting. Yes, I don't. I'm not going to go with a feat. I am kind of curious, though, because I have 13 in strength, which if I do, obviously, if I do an ability score 1 and 1, I'm going to do intellect, which is going to put me up to an 18, which will give me a +4. And then either my charisma, which is a 15, which will put me up to a 3, or my strength, which will put me up to a 2. Now, while pondering all of this, I also thought, I was like, oh, my wisdom sucks. I was like, if I put 2 into that, it still gives me a -1. It's like, is it worth digging me out of that fucking hole? Like, ability score-wise? I don't think so.
Yeah, if you're looking for a little shared insight on it, it's, it's like, how often is Digby's wisdom the linchpin of the organization? It's like you have some very wise people with you that kind of cover that. But we have had it happen. I mean, your perception or lack thereof has been, at the very least, hilarious. So, whereas things like your charisma, if you are the one speaking, I will call upon you to make the charisma check rather than necessarily appealing to you as the highest stat. So, charisma definitely helpful. Strength would help you with athletics checks and your melee attacks. So if you bonk anybody with the hammer, if you're bonking a donch, an extra +1 to the bonk donch would get you. Well, again,
and that's kind of where my head's at. I was like, if I put it into charisma, then that puts me up to a +3. But even a +2 is still pretty good. So if I put it into strength, then that gives me a +2 instead of a +1. So now I've got like 2 2s.
Twos. You know how we like twos around here.
A 4 and then a -2.
Yes.
So
you will find, again, most of you, especially people casters, I mean, honestly, 5e is very much in the sense of like, if you have a core stat for your class, Amaryllis, your charisma, Pickles, monks are a little more diverse, but wisdom or dexterity tends to fall into their highest. Dickens, your wisdom. Gary, also could be argued strength or charisma. Digby, your intelligence. A lot of your class powers function off of those stats first. So you're doing the right thing and boosting that intellect to a +4. You'll find you'll get more uses of class abilities. I believe you get an extra turret casting that way. Or no, you use spell slots for that. But all the things that your intelligence applies to, which your class is built around, will go up.
Right.
So definitely a good idea there.
Now the only thing that I can't remember is when the next time I get a stat update is.
Level 8.
That's
every 4 levels.
I was gonna say that's gonna probably be at the end of chapter 2 if math serves correctly.
Yes, you assume probably correctly.
Oh, so if I put 2 into intelligence now, I'd have to wait all the way until level 8 to put 1 into that and then 1 into the other 2 stats that I'm talking about. But at that point, I'd be a 5.
Mention. Yes.
I'd be a 5 at that point. So I'm like, oh, fuck.
If you even live that long.
If you That's right. Temporary Gary.
Take it from Gary.
Temporary Gary.
Or some other guy that I've read about in the history. His name was Thoricus. He used to take a serious ass whooping from his own party.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
true.
It seemed like.
Your bonch got donked.
Yeah.
That bonch got donked.
100.
Oh.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
So you know what? Since I'm not super familiar with it, I'm not gonna hinge my bet on the level 8. What if? I'll take the safe route now. I'll put 1 into intelligence, and I think I am gonna put 1 into strength.
All
because surrounded by my friends, I know it's kind of a garbage fucking stat for me, but sometimes my friends aren't who they are. They're other ones of my friends.
That's
and
true.
That's really weird for me. So I will have to do things that I'm not necessarily good or used to at. Was that words?
That sounds. I got it. I'm picking up what you
All
put
right.
down.
Sweet.
Feeling what you're stepping in.
So yeah, I'll put 1 into strength and 1 into intelligence. So that will put me to 14.
Start flexing a little bit, like what's up?
And
You sounded like you had gym brain for a second, but then it all made sense.
right.
That's how you
thank
got that +1 strength.
Damn, he's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
buff too.
Yeah, look at slow.
Oh,
Dumps.
All the digging
You
around.
got dimples in your dumps, bro.
Oh.
Dimples in your dumps.
Dimples.
EP dropping soon. Dimples.
I've got dumbles. Yeah.
Oh,
Dimples.
my dumps not dimples, son.
Yeah, those are ass dimples. Dimples.
Dimples. Ash and dimples.
Dump those dimple dumps. Oh, No. All right. Sorry, I'm going too far. All right, so that's dope. I am checking. I did want to. Dang it.
Oh, for hit dice?
Yeah. What are your hit dice?
It's a D8.
Okay, cool.
And
So-
like Gus, I rolled a 5, so
You went all right, so here we go. I will also roll as well.
I'm not even gonna waste anyone's time. Because
All
I can't stand the guilt of not even considering the roll.
What's your con modifier? Because you'll add that to your roll as well.
Oh, well, fuck, I'm gonna take mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your con mod?
It's 3, yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, you get 8 more hit points. Dang it, bro. You're on a wall hit. And then with all the temporary hit points, I think you have like 83 hit points.
Oh my god.
My max is now at 37.
Nice for 4th level, man. Yeah. Also, Digby has
For
like
an artificer?
stats of
Right.
like a truck.
Yeah.
Remember his stats are so
That's like
good.
a truck.
Except for his wisdom, where he pays for it.
Wisdom, like, what?
Like, what? What's like what?
Oh, Digby.
I just need to peep in. I just want to make sure that what I'm looking at isn't the old. I'm sorry. This is the song I sing when I'm looking at the
It's
artificer.
Peepa.
Go,
This is
artificer.
This is a song.
Oh, the 4th
This is
level?
a song.
Yeah, just get
This is a
attributes or
song.
feats, and then 4th level is so boring for me. I don't get any extra spells. It's still,
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Same
yeah, I
amount of
get nothing.
cantrips.
yep,
Same amount of spells.
so boring for me.
Yo, but you get that +1 intelligence, which means your magic stone damage goes up.
Oh, yeah.
Which we factored into your gun, so that's like a cool improvement. I will also say, Digby, if the next time you take a short rest, if you use that if instead of using hit dice on that short rest, if you use the time, you can now, through that knowledge you've gained from the cannons, you can remove the gun explodes on a 1 roll feature from your gun.
Whoa.
Hey,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
so there we go.
I'm
No,
all done. Someone
perfect.
else's turn.
All right, so after Digby is Amaryllis VonCheux.
Hey.
So girly. We level 4. You get a little extra candy. You get an additional sorcery point.
Yay.
So now you're up to 4. And remember, you can like burn some of those to create spell slots so that you can cast more spells, or you can use them to use your meta magic abilities that you have, twin spell and the like. So yeah, you get a little boost there. You also learn a new cantrip at 4th level.
Yeah, I was thinking about Mage Hand.
Dope. Mage Hand's so
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Mage Hand's
Yeah.
awesome. It's super useful too. Like I tend to, just so you know, because I like to let people know, some people some DMs hate Mage Hand, so they really want to limit its use. I think Mage Hand's cool, and it's like when you're playing
Yeah.
AD&D Magic, don't you want to be like, oh, I have this little magical hand open the door and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So.
If I remember correctly, Rial used it a lot.
Yes.
Right?
Loved it.
Yeah. it was
Yes,
super
because
cool.
his could turn invisible. That was part of his like illusion. What was it?
Ledger Domain.
Yes, Ledger Domain.
Oh, that's cool.
Real author Vaughn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just figured it'd be a little fun spice to add in.
A little
Yeah.
little
Nice.
in the old times. Yeah, Mage Hand's really fun and it has a lot of fun practical narrative uses. And again, we've talked about sorceresses they know less spells than the average caster. That's why they can cast so many.
Right.
You actually learn a new one. So you get a new spell as well.
Ooh.
And it's 2nd level, correct?
It can be 2nd or 1st if you wanted one. 2nd level spells tend to be on the side of utility. A lot of their spells augment stats or help protective boons. Level 1 spells, you'll still find some of your damagey type spells, or if you're trying to like twin spell stuff, trying to pick a spell that might fit with what twin spell does is a good idea. But yes, it can be either 1st or 2nd level. But you can now also cast 3 2nd level spells instead of 2. So you can cast 1 more, and you actually know 1 more spell overall. And a cantrip.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Well, I was looking at invisibility, but I want to take a second look.
Yeah, for sure. We can just kind of like, we'll say invisibility for now, and then like
Okay.
while other people are leveling, if you want to look through spells and change that up, that's totally cool. Invisibility is very good. You do make sound. That's one thing.
You know what? Let's just do it. Invisibility.
No, invisibility.
Yeah.
Because Amaryllis did learn how to disappear remember, like, Digby was chasing her. And so she just, like, kept you could see her tail, but that's it. So we should do a thing where just your tail sticks out.
I'm just still getting the hang of it, you know?
Just your wings. It's just these little tiny wings. Flittering away. All right, so yeah, you do get so you get an additional ability point. You learn a new cantrip. You're gonna go. Which cantrip you said you were gonna do?
Mage hand.
Mage hand, nice. And then right now, invisibility. And if you do want to change it anytime before, it's fine. But for now, we'll just say invisibility. Yeah. It is a very good spell. And then that gives you. So now we're at the ability score improvement. You can take a feat or increase your stats. Which way did you want to go?
I'm gonna increase my stats, and I'm a sorceress. You know, I'm gonna dump it into charisma.
Get that charisma boom. And are you at a plus? Would that bring you up to a +4 now?
I'm at +4. That brings me up to a +5, I believe, because I 18 to 20.
There it is.
Yeah.
We have our first 20. Now, just so you know, in 5e20 is as high as your stats can go without magical aid. So you literally are like the most charismatic a person can be without magic.
You don't run for office, guys.
And Amaryllis too. So yes, awesome. That'll boost. You'll see a lot of it'll boost how many like a lot of your spectral class functions and abilities that you can use, as well as anything that says you add your charisma modifier to it. That all now goes up by 1 as well. So big time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
All right. So
boom.
All right, Amaryllis, taking the 2 and putting it into your charisma. You know, you're a wild magic sorceress, and you have basically been bathing in wild magic now through this whole adventure. The void, the witness. Remember, you saw many potential ends of the world. You saw, Queen Mab obtaining the God Seed and freezing the entire realm, finally destroying the realm of men and stopping the blight. You saw Alonza Quinfallow obtain the God Seed and call for the elven god Coralon the Rathian, summoning him back and disputing elven justice to the land overall. You also witnessed a potential birthing of the Ruby Maiden herself, where the land would be cleansed with her holy fire, but burned away for the most part in this confluence of fire. And so, you have now witnessed through this wild magic, you're almost glowing with it right now. And literally your charisma, the force of your will has so been augmented by this wild magic surplus that's just kind of gone through you. Being around the God Seed for so long, your connection with it. I think it all just kind of bleeds into that being a perfect little character build there. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But with all that charisma, what are you going to do about these hit points, Abby? Sorceresses do have the lower hit dice. They only have a d6. So you could take the average, which would be 4 plus your constitution modifier, or you could continue to have my respect and roll for it, risking the potential loss of some hit points. Math is not on your side. I will admit, I dog you guys, and math is not on your side, which is why I also blind roll. But I do not tell you what I got, and I try not to give you any signal with my face or anything. So
no, I gotta go with my boy James Holzhauer on this one and do like the average for my final bet here.
Yes. You did get burned, I think, last time, right? You got burned on the hit point.
I did.
You're pretty small on hit points. So what's your constitution modifier?
Triggered in general.
What's your con modifier?
+1.
So in this case, you would get 4 + 1. You would get 5 more hit points.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not
good
mad.
with that.
You earned my respect last time by losing hit points to do it, and then this time you didn't let me dog you on. So
yeah.
You got it.
Just my number one inspiration.
Yeah.
James Holzhauer. I just want to.
James, just
Jeopardy
write
fan.
it down. Put it in the chat.
Okay.
We'll put a link.
But I think that's it for me, unless I missed something. Okay.
So yeah, you got invisibility. You got some more meta magic points that you can use to create spell slots or use to augment your magic with your meta magic abilities. You also got the spell invisibility and the cantrip Mage Hand. And you got 5 more hit points, man. Freaking, that's a level.
Not too shabby.
Oh, yeah.
What's that bring your
Okay.
HP max to? I just need to know, because I guess it's probably better if I know how many hit points you have, so I stop one shot.
You said 5 more, so I'm at 27 max now.
27, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how much damage the hand did to Gary to bring him to 0. These are things DMs remember forever. So just know, Abby, I can still kill you in 1 attack.
I did damage. I knew it, but just to hear it makes me feel really good.
Right.
Only if you get body swapped with Gary again, though, okay? So, all right. Nice. So that's Amaryllis VonCheux, which brings us to Pickles on Wii. Pickles. What the heck? You just, I feel like we did most of the dope. I feel like we did so much of it. It's like you just connected with the way of the long death. You saw somebody pass away. You channeled that spirit into your attack. You even kind of slow falled a little bit. So it's like I feel like with you, we get it. We get like what has happened with Pickles. But yes, you know, this connection that you have, that you know, putting yourself right up to the face of death time and time again, you know, has brought you more channel of this key that flows through you, and you're leveling up to level 4, Pickles.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I get that slow fall, which is going to be super convenient coming up for just life, especially because I'm climbing up to the top of things and jumping off stuff now, apparently.
I was going to say, yeah, it's like that's a very fitting attack option for you.
So slow fall, what's kind of fun is that beginning at 4th level, you can use your reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage you take by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level, baby.
Dope. So it's 25. Or I'm sorry, 20 at default. But with being level 4 right now, it'll only get higher. And higher.
And especially because Pickles is being less and less afraid of death. He's just like, I guess I'll climb up some shit and jump off some shit.
Yeah. And you are that like dope haunch martial arts master. Like we've given you a little bit of anime combat stuff. So that like slow fally strike. It's the picture's just too good.
Tasty.
So yeah, monks get a little candy there. Your unarmed strikes don't go up yet, but next level you'll go from a D4 to a D6 with paws.
Sick.
Or with really all your monk weapons. And okay, 6th level your move will go up even more. That's so funny. I'll never be able to make a map big enough to contain Pickles on me. But yeah, so you also, so slow fall is your big boon. You get an additional key point, bringing your total up to 4.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glorpus.
And you get that ability score improvement. You know which way you want to go with that. Now, you had chose a feat earlier instead of a stat boost at some point to get mobile, I believe. That's part of your options early on. So which way were you going this time, Pickles?
I'm taking another feat.
Ooh.
2 feet. Brilliant.
Yeah. I want to do that. I would like to do that. And
which feat?
I want to take Fey Touched.
Dope.
So it's from Tasha's. So my exposure to the Feywild's magic has changed you, granting you the following benefits. 1, increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You know I gotta go wisdom, baby.
Gotta take that wisdom.
And 2, you learn the Misty Step spell and 1 first level spell of your choice. The first level spell must be from the Divination or Enchantment School of Magic. You can cast each of these spells without expending a spell slot. Once you cast either of these spells in this way, you can't cast that spell in the same way again until you finish a long rest. You can also cast these spells using spell slots. You have an appropriate level. The spell casting ability is the ability increased by this feat.
Dope.
Damn.
So yes, you'll get a +1 wisdom, as well as now getting to, you'll have, I was just like, how much more could Pickles move? And you were like, 30 feet more, that's how. Because you can now use your reaction to teleport up to 30 feet. I believe it's 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
Yeah.
Pickles on
Is that up or down as well?
Oh yeah, baby.
All
the way.
Remember when you guys knew a person named Pickles on Wii? He's not now.
I think I remember seeing him.
Yeah.
That's, look,
It was like that one time.
It's
I was like, there. No, not there. Weird.
it's my dream. I'm so good at the Irish goodbye. Sometimes I call it the Italian goodbye, the French goodbye, because sometimes I'm like, I don't have to say goodbye to everybody. So like, if I could, I would be Pickles, and I would just step home.
I think I've seen you Misty Step before, Brandon. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did she just use a spell slot, or can she use it once per day as a class action?
Use it whenever I want, because I'm an immortal
I'm gonna
creature.
drop a heavy D&D nerd joke in every episode.
Beautiful.
Last week it was what are you, a divination wizard?
Oh my god. All right.
It's good.
So I get to pick a spell.
Yes, level 1 spell from divination, or I believe it was enchantment, correct?
Yes, and
That's
I'm gonna-
enchantement.
Enchantment.
That's enchantement.
Oh, the enchantment school.
I'm gonna take Hex.
Ooh, dope.
Hex girls.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool for your character
so
too.
good. It's so good.
Oh man, you guys are good at this shit.
Everybody give it up for Dave Clark, because I was talking to him. I was like, so there's this thing, and he was like, we were like looking through stuff and talking about things that Dave Clark man.
Oh wait, I can't make that noise.
Yeah, that's right. All of us can. If it's not just me, then it's not weird.
So, if I hex them, whoa, what's happening? Are all of you jerking it? I had to move it. I pulled up my hex so I could read it.
Do it. Do it.
Just jaking off.
Give me that hex.
All of you jaking off. Awesome. Okay, so with the hex, you place a curse. It's a bonus action. You place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack.
Whenever you hit.
Whenever.
So if you flurry of blows and you hit 3 times, it's an additional 3d6 damage.
Whenever.
Yeah. Also, choose one ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. And if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new creature.
Yes, and it lasts for the duration. That's something that tends to come up with Hex. So as long as the spell Hex is active, if you killed somebody, you can be like, I use my bonus action to pull it off of the thing that was dead, 10 minutes ago, and apply it to this one. It does last through that duration.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, since we're cross-pollinating with some of our magic from last season, Divot was often hexing, and the funniest thing is you saw Divot when you looked back.
That's exactly, yeah.
So true.
And that's the other reason why I wanted to be like Fey touched, is because I feel like Divot was always very close with the Feywild. He was always like getting connected to that kind of shit too, so I figured Fey touched is a good way to go about that.
Hell yeah.
The god of death. Just so you know, the god of death. Our man Divot. Yes. The streams. We're crossing the streams.
These
streams, but then you do. Awesome. So yeah, that is a super awesome. Again, especially with monks and having the extra attacks. At level 4, even fighters don't get their extra attack to level 5. So it's like you can hit 3 times, and if all 3 of those hit, add a d6 to each of the strikes. That's like a nice damage balloon for Pickles, which is great.
New band name, Damage
Balloon.
Damage balloon.
Like hyper pop.
All right.
Yeah,
and
Damage Balloon featuring Hyperpop. I love it.
First album is for Pickles.
All right, so that's your ability score. Now we come to hit points. You have a D8, so your average would be 5 plus your con, or you could roll for it, and I can ghost roll as well.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Look at his face when he rolled.
I didn't. I had roll 20 pulled up. I'll take his, because if it's lower, that's hilarious. If it's higher, it's awesome.
I got a 6.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Dealer's choice, baby.
But I love your algorithms. They're fantastic.
Yeah, no, you were correct, because I would have been like, ha 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 ha, Pickles. If you love death so much, take 1 hit point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ew.
Now that I know you're gonna do a ton of damage, I just take hit points away.
Yeah, you're like,
all right,
no.
Brandon, get out of here. Get out of my hit points.
Hey, come on.
All right,
Okay,
awesome. So Pickles,
you had
that's
6?
You've added quite a bit to your arsenal here on this level, actually. Slow Fall, Misty Step, as well as boosting your wisdom and learning the spell Hex, which is freaking sweet.
Plus getting like 8 extra hit points.
8 extra hit points.
Yeah.
What's that put your total at?
I think I'm 32 now.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah.
good age for me. 32 was a good year.
Dang.
It was a good year. 1932.
1932. We were all alive then,
Yeah.
except for Abby.
Always the last one alive.
Yeah. All right, sweet. I guess that brings us to our final in the. That was everything, Pickles. I just want to make sure I'm not.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I came in hot. I wrote everything down. I was ready.
Coming in hot. All right, Garrus Greenheart. I mean, can we speak about the bit of psychological trauma that Gary's now gone through, having nearly died on his father's gravestone in the graveyard in the void, having almost died when the giant hand smashed him, having almost died when the beams shot through his chest, having almost died.
Having almost
probably
died.
Next fight.
It's been a lot, but Gary's got one of those persevering spirits, darn it.
Hey, paladins getting killed is like the party wants the paladin getting killed, because then like 3 of them aren't getting killed. Like one paladin can take quite a bit of damage. As you've all seen with your temper.
Or just the right amount of damage to be.
Yes, or exactly enough to bring you to 0. I don't look at your hit points. I want you to know that. I don't like peek in on your character sheets. So when I give you damage totals, you just have to let me know.
I kind of like this like funny way that Gary's story is like woven out, just because with his focus on the green lady and just nature, just like a fucking weed you can't get rid of. Gary keeps coming back.
He keeps coming back, baby.
I'm Clash though, because not a lot happens for Gary at level 4. It's either the feat or the ability score improvement.
You get your API, yeah.
But there's a feat that stands out. And again, we'd seen it before with, I think Brunor had it, Shield Master.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shield Master's dope.
Just with the way Gary is always storming into things. He's always got the shield, but I think he needs to use his shield a little more. And then it adds a...
What?
What?
No, it's crazy. You survive all the time.
He's fine.
No, you're always surviving, man.
You're like totally in the fight. Like surviving and shit.
Yeah. That's what Gary's known for.
Like just surviving the fight.
Right there. So that's what I was between, was either taking that feat or going with the point.
So it's true. You're here's where a little bit of the what is to come comes into play. Like Drew was referencing. Like, am I even going to get to play this character to 8th level? For paladins, there is the most broken skill in the game. Come at me. I cannot find it. Lucky is not as broken as this ability is. At 6th level, paladins get the ability Aura of Protection, where everybody within 10 feet of them gets to add their your charisma modifier to all their saving throws.
Yep.
And there's
not theirs, yours.
Yeah. And so it's at that point, having as high a charisma as you can only continues to break a pretty game-breaking ability. So the slob in me, hey, I came up on them streets, number crunching, 3 heavy, 2 late 2, early 3. But the slob in me is obviously a high charisma is always so good for what tends to be. But you also have a high charisma character in your party, so it's if you guys need to be lying or persuading, Amaryllis' 20 charisma is probably going to be the one you're pushing to the front. But Gary, you have found yourself being the voice of some of these pretty big epic moments as well. So the slob in me says upping your charisma is always super slobby. The feat in me, the what Shield Master gives you, a little more diversity on the battlefield to kind of function even more as a protector, totally tracks in my mind as well. So it's, what's nice is it's an embarrassment of riches. All of these options are good.
Wow. Who gets to say that phrase? That's such a rare phrase to be able to say. I'm so proud of you, Bam, for fucking throwing that. An embarrassment of riches.
Some box in my head,
fucking good on you, dude.
They're like, oh, these rings. So yeah, again, it's like that. I honestly, I would say I would be as torn as you are in this moment. If you had two odd numbered, again, I'm showing you how number crunching I get in my mind sometimes. But if you had two odd numbered stats on strength or con or charisma, the idea of beefing up your own utility at the other things that you do, plus getting a higher charisma to augment your paladin abilities, that starts to get where it's like, oh, that would be too juicy a steak even for me to put aside, you know. But but if that's not the case, then you know the decision's pretty balanced on both sides.
Yeah, that's what makes it so tough. It's especially looking at, like you said, looking at the numbers and then just Shieldmaster things tempting. Gus, can you flip a coin for me?
Of course.
I have a coin too.
I thought you'd never ask.
Flip the coin. Flip the coin.
It gives a very ominous no.
A no. Interesting. So that no is to Shieldmaster. So I guess we're just gonna juice up these numbers, baby.
All right. So what are you adding to?
I'm gonna add to strengthen cha.
Nice. That charisma.
Charisma.
Nice stir and cha, bro.
Stir and cha. Gotta keep that stirring.
The overall charisma of this party has gone up
We are
significantly.
very charismatic.
Another group is like walking through the astral sea and they're like, damn, what a good looking party of people that is.
Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
That's the Acquisitions Guild.
Guild of Acquisitions.
No, that's the one.
They're trying to acquisition these digits.
Hey, what up, party?
How do you like them squares?
We're going
That's
to 10-man
so hard
raid.
to say.
10-man raid.
All right, that was another nerdy joke. I'm sorry. I apologize for nothing. Here we go. So Gary, that brings. All right, so that busts your. What's your strength at now, and what's your charisma at now?
So I add it's a stupid question. Add it to my small number, yeah?
Big number.
Big number. So 14 becomes 15 for strength.
So the modifier doesn't go up, but the stat itself does.
And charisma does, though. It goes from 13 to 14. So now we're 2 and 2.
2 twos. It's so perfect and fitting. But Gary, yes, you know, actually having interacted with the Green Lady herself briefly and being chosen as one of her champion Green Knights, the emblem of the flower in the hand on your chest has kind of grown, and now you've got this like plant-like, little bit greener tinge to the look of your armor, and now even more, you know, instilled with her virtue, your charisma, your strength, having grown now more stout and ready for the battle. You know, you feel a bit more like the leader on the battlefield that you've turned out to be. You know, so often putting yourself at the point of risk to allow your allies to do what they do best. And you know, quite a few times getting knocked exactly to 0. So, you know,
Death will do that. That'll change a guy, you know?
Won't it?
Death will do that.
Right?
But yes, so the awesome, the last decision to be made, Gary, would be you know, man up. But you know, just no, I'm kidding. You have a D10, so yours are a little more forgiving. You have a larger possibility for reward here. But as a guy who's always being dropped to 0, I can also understand the allure of guaranteed plus to hit points.
Ay, and there it is.
All right, so you roll. I'm gonna roll my blind dice, and I did. And so we have Gary. You rolled a 5, which would be 1 less than what the average would have been. Thus, you know, my curse is complete, and I can sleep for another 1,000 years. Good night. I turned into weed.
Cool. Well, that was the point all along.
That was end of chapter 1.
Yeah, we're like,
And our last chapter, Brady bonked that down and turned into a weed play. All right, so yes, Gary, you rolled a 5, 1 less than the average, and I have blind rolled as well. Which do you want to use, yours or mine?
Let's go with yours. What you got?
You fool! I rolled a 4.
Fuck!
So only because this is me preparing to kill you again.
Yeah.
What's your Constitution modifier though?
2.
A 2, so you get 6 more hit points.
Hey, it's something.
What's your hit point total, so I know how much damage I can have my monsters do?
Hit points come and go, you know? That puts me at 33 max.
Nice, 33, not bad. So your frontliners have all gained a nice little extra bit of heft. Nice heft you got there, bruh.
Look at that.
Heffage.
And your backliners, everybody's kind of infused with a little of this wild magic that's going on. I would say particularly Pickles, this Fey touch, this idea that you've noticed these dreams of late, the strange ones, the nightmares that led you to go to the mountain in the first place. These have all been Fey in origin. This strange Agatha character, this sister to Alyssa Nade. The power sources that you fought against inside of the Temple of the Ruby Maiden. So much of this is Fey, including much of the power of the world that you're in at this point right now. So you indeed, from all this exposure, finally learn to harness your ki into that place and just kind of channel yourself into the energy all around you. But yeah, I mean, it is a noticeable at the end of this, moment as let me bring you guys back over. Kind of find yourself floating in this void. All of this, happens in a moment as the culmination of all of these events, the various portals that you went through in the void, remembering where this all started in this hidden altar beneath Humble Patch, where Tarvin Tinderberry thought he would be able to teleport you over where you needed to be and save you time from having to travel, when suddenly this confluence of these two dark magic, not two dark magics, a dark magic and a holy magic came and fought over your spirits, bringing you into the void, showing you these trials and testing your spirit and your resolve, which you did prove yourself, but only to find that these trials themselves were a bit of a ruse by Kycenthius to deplete the power of Amora and undo the shield that had protected Ganjaria from the touch of the World Devourer. And so in this moment, as you all kind of feel these new energies flowing through your body, this feeling of the influence of your force of will, your destiny, being connected to these events and having overcome all of them. In the beginning of all of these strange things, these were everything that was happening to you was the craziest thing that had ever happened to you. But now, so many things, so many high magic, strange scenarios, one after the other, have revealed themselves to you that you can't help but just feel that call of the adventurer. Realizing how each of your weaknesses offset the strengths of the others in the group, and how together as a cohesive group, you are able to overcome almost any challenge. And so, it's as you kind of sit there, you see the cigarette smoke of Pickles on Wee floating around, the astral sea all around you, the face of the Harlequin staring down at you after sharing some more of her power with you, realizing the barrier's already down, so she might as well help you guys, and unscrambled your spirit energies and helped you all basically connect to this power source that is this new level. You're standing here on that rock, the Harlequin mask, ever shrinking as these energies get used and moving smaller into the horizon point on the sky. But she is still there, and you're all standing. You see the blurring face clown people still standing around where the circus tent was. They don't seem compelled to go about any new action or anything. They're still literally just standing in that large circle where the circus tent was, and nothing else is going on. What do you guys do?
Well, I wanted to thank her for unscrambling my spirit energy. I like my spirit energy over medium. So thank you for that.
If anybody
that's
knows
all
eggs, it's a Moleeggington.
That's all I had to say. Thank
You are most welcome, Mole Man.
Mofo.
My molefolk friend. You have proved an ingenious developer. And you see she, again, that kind of like thing we had just discussed, where it's like you see a glow in her eyes, and it's like she's imparting on you that knowledge of like, wait, if I do this, I can augment my gun with the knowledge of the cannons. And in that moment is when you have that like, I could fix my gun anyway. She instills a little bit of insight into your appreciation.
Yes, I've just had an apostrophe.
There it is.
Classic, whoever I am. Pickles?
Home. Home now.
What happened to that other baby?
Oh.
You see the eye, again, one of those confetti tears, kind of stems from her eye. Your brother, Slapsix. I was unable to save him from the touch of Kycenthius. he did not die. And you see once more that kind of like vision in the void in front of you. You see another strange small ship, unlike anything you've ever seen. It has bulbous metal front and these strange wings that stretch out. You see there's like an essence of magical energy flying all around it. But again, another vessel that seems to be jumping through the fabric of the weave itself, soaring first through the astral sea, and then we see it kind of follow the similar path that you took, Dickens, you and your mother, as you were fleeing away from your crumbling homeworld. This ship suddenly starts going in, and rather than crashing on the mountains near Haight in Sativan, you see it actually goes and lands. And then you see kind of like as this ship vessel opens up, you see this gray colored clown hair. It's like got all the streaks where all your colors would change, but it's all these varying tones of gray. You see it step out of this strange vessel and like plant its feet as it looks around. It's dressed similarly to this harlequin. It's got like a jester's outfit on, checkered black and gray checkered like bodysuit all over it, and it has that big mat like harlequin hat, similarly to the harlequin that you've just seen. You know, but it's all in gray tones. It's got like a black, a thick gray, and like a light gray with all little balls that like alter against those colors. You know, it's this strange gray jester steps out of the spaceship, and you see in this memory a distinct feature on that this strange gray jester has. You look, and on its ring finger on its left hand is a platinum ring. You see suddenly it holds its hand up, and its shape changes to that of the old man that you met in the bar.
Well,
and that's where we're gonna pick it up next time, guys.
That's not fair. That just
that's cool.
That's crazy.
That's unfair.
Oh.
Honks.
Thank you.
Sad honk.
Yeah.
All right, yes, a glimpse at again, if all these people are to be believed, in Dickens' brother Slapsix, who apparently landed on Ganjaria as well, perhaps in pursuit of his brother, and has the platinum ring of polymorph of shape changing that we have seen on this mysterious figure called the Wayfarer. So. Ooh, we got a little bit of stuff we got to get us to, my friends. We are on our way to that Sweet Harvest Festival, and we're going to be there soon. So, holy crap, guys. What a freaking time. What I love about, it's like, even when we just level up, it's just like, we get into the stuff. I mean, D&D is a game. There's times you have to get into books and talk stats and stuff, but that's what's so great is like, even when you're doing that stuff, it's still you guys, it's still this energy and this wonderful thing, and all you buds, and just seriously, we fucking love you guys to death. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to my amazing cast for doing this with me for so long and just telling such great stories. It's like insane how every time we level up, there's this synchronization to the story and the character, and it's just such a treat. Play Dungeons and Dragons with your friends. Be awesome to each other, buds. And holy shit, come back next Tuesday because we are going to be having us quite a wild ride. We do have a little ritual we like to do around here.
My.
Maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't. We like to take a lighter, like this sky blue number right here. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends. Ooh, the WeeDnD lighter. Friends, family, or household glorps on fire. And go. Lighters up. Jake is frozen for me. I don't know if he's frozen for you guys.
Help! Help!
He's back in the void, my friends.
No, he's smoking ass handsome.
Yo, let's raid somebody. Let's raid somebody.
Do it.
Be nice. Be like, hey, share some love, friends. Let's do this.
I'm gonna cough my balls off in a sec.
Raid.